What's up, Through the Waves? Thank you guys for joining us for an all new episode. We are super, super excited to have you guys here. And for those of you who don't know us, we are here to talk waves. You can find out more about us by following us at Through the Waves Florida on Instagram or Through the Waves on Facebook, or you can check out our website at throughthewaves.com. But go ahead and like and subscribe to whatever platform that you're listening on. We would love to have you come back for another episode, and we really hope that you enjoyed today's episode. And today we have a special guest. Her name is Sabrina.
Hey guys.
We are so happy to have you. Sabrina and I have known each other for how long do you think?
I think it's like 2 years or so.
2 years-ish, yeah. We met at church serving on production, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, it's been crazy seeing the amount of growth that you have had.
Right? Same to you. I remember like meeting you the first day. I think you were doing like photography or something.
Yeah.
And you were just like so nice and very shy, I feel like. But I feel like you've come out of your shell like so much since that moment that I first met you.
Yeah, I've been forcing myself because I know I had to, but yeah, I'm more like an introvert kind of person. It's hard for me to get out there.
Yeah, but Sabrina's amazing. She's actually helped me plan beach cleanups. She helped me plan
so much fun, man. We have to do it again.
Yes, we need to do another one. I haven't done a beach cleanup in a while, but we definitely want to get back to those because we love our oceans. But I am so excited to have Sabrina here.
Thank you for having me.
Such an amazing person, such a great heart. I can't say like enough about her, but she's so awesome. And so how have you been? Like, what's been going on? What have you been up to?
It's been a couple of crazy few months. I feel like a lot of changing.
Yeah.
And currently doing this challenge I told you about. And
yeah, tell us about this challenge. She has to pee like a racehorse.
It's horrible. No, it's been tough. It's called 75 Hard.
Mm-hmm.
I have to do like 2 workouts a day, drink a gallon of water, follow a diet, read a book.
I'm so bad about drinking water.
I am too, and that's the thing. Like sometimes, like the other night, I think I got water poisoning or something like that.
I'm telling you,
I don't know if that's
what kind of water are you drinking.
No, the thing is that I had to like drink like the rest of my gallon, which was a lot of water.
Yeah.
In like the span of 2 hours because it was the end of the day and I had to finish it. If not, if you fail a day, like you have to start from the beginning all over again.
Wait, so you have to go all the way back to day one?
Yeah,
because
and I'm on day 52, so I did not want to do that.
You're on day 52?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's been tough, man.
Girl, drink that water. You only got like what, 20 more days left? 23.
Yeah,
right?
something like that. I'm not really good at math.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, I've been doing that, and I feel like it's been helping me a lot. I was going through, I feel like I'm in a transitioning season of my life. And so it's been crazy. It's been great. I mean, I've been spending a lot of time with family and just
that's awesome.
Trying to grow every day.
You just recently went to Italy too, didn't you?
Yeah, in
How
May.
was that?
It was, oh my gosh.
Was that like life-changing?
It was amazing. It was like, I felt like I was put in like, when I went to Rome, and when I was there, I feel like I was like, placed in history. It was amazing, and the food.
So beautiful there.
I gained so much weight. This is why like it pushed me to start this challenge because it was crazy.
You can't tell.
It was. Thank you. It's been like it's been a great few months. I travel a lot this year for some reason.
Do you have anything coming up recently?
Coming up, I'm trying to get time off to go to Canada, see my brother.
Oh, that's cool. He lives up there
for my birthday. Yeah, he lives up there with his wife and my little niece.
Wow. So you're all over the place.
I just love traveling, man.
It's so nice that we can travel now too with COVID. Like Italy is one of those places where I've just been wanting to go forever. And me and Jay are actually going in October.
Oh, did it come like to reality? That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so we're going and I'm super excited because that's like one of the places. And during COVID, I'm like, are we ever going to be able to travel again?
Yeah.
Like it made me so sad. So,
but now it's amazing. And you guys are going in a good, when I went, it was hot. And you guys are going, you said in February? October?
Yeah.
Oh, right now.
Yeah, soon.
That's exciting.
Like a month and a half. It's crazy. It's coming up so fast. I'm trying to plan all my fall fashion, because in Florida, this is what we wear.
Yeah.
We wear like t-shirts.
Well, when I went there, I basically, because you walk a lot. Like if you thought that you walked a lot here, you move walking over there.
Yeah.
And so I think I was wearing basically like leggings and a shirt all the time, unless we would go out to like a nice dinner place or something. But we would just, that's the fashion, I guess, for Italy. That's what I wore, at least. Unless you want to be like over the top and just dress nice every day, which is not really me. So that's why I didn't do it.
I feel like, I would like to have a few nice outfits just for going out to dinner and whatnot. But yeah, I'm just more of like a t-shirt and
Yeah,
shorts
that's
kind
me.
of
Yeah.
gal. You know?
It's hard to get out of my comfort zone and
Yeah.
wear
I
something
know.
nice.
Like, I feel like I used to dress up a lot before COVID. I feel like COVID kind of changed my perspective a bit, like, because nobody did anything.
Mm-hmm.
So now when I go to wear like heels or something, I'm like, wow, why do I look so weird?
I know. Why am I overdoing this?
Yes. I'm like, I can't do this. Like the other night, me and JR went to go to like a nice dinner. I'm like, I'm going to dress up. I'm going to get so cute. And then I was like, I can't do this. I look overly dressed, you know?
I understand, man. Like so whenever I have an event that I have to wear a dress for, it's just like I feel out of place.
Right.
Like
It's
I
so
remember
weird.
I wore a dress to church once, and everybody was like, "Sabrina, what are you doing?"
Yeah. Like, why are you so dressed up? I swear, though, I feel like COVID kind of like changed everything. Because
Yeah.
before I was like, I don't care. I'm going to rock this. Like, I want to dress up today. But now I'm like, t-shirt it is.
Yeah, I think Florida changed it for me. I don't think it was well, maybe. I mean, it was both at the same time because I moved here when COVID hit. But
True.
I felt like when I was in Virginia, maybe because of the job that I had, I used to dress up more. But down here, I just been a bum, man.
Yeah.
I
We're
love
beach
leggings.
bums down here, you know? That's
I love being
what we
comfortable.
like.
I just like being comfortable.
Same. Yeah. That's why Through the Waves t-shirts are amazing. You can get them at throughthewaves.com. Sabrina is rocking some of our latest merch.
It is actually really comfy.
I forget the brand. It's like 40% recycled fabric.
Oh, really? That's cool.
So that's why I really like these.
So it's a
And-
help overall.
Yeah, so I love these shirts. They're really super comfy, but I can't just steal all of them. So like, I don't know if you guys noticed, I've been wearing a lot of them. Like, I need to actually like sell them and give them to people.
Yeah, I was just asking her if she was still selling it because
Yeah.
it was time. Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like
And eventually we'll get more merch. I think we're going to focus more on like the mental health type stuff. And ocean things too,
Yeah.
because like we love the ocean.
yeah.
We're always going to focus on the ocean, but kind of change direction just like
I
a little
really
bit.
like the ones that you did for like the beach cleanup that we did.
Yeah, the tie-dye.
Those were really cool.
Yeah, I
like
love the
those.
tie-dye. I want to bring the tie-dye back. Well, we have a few tie-dye on the website, but we're definitely going to be working on the design soon with A&C Custom Creation.
Ooh.
They're the ones who do our shirts. They'll probably be on the podcast too eventually, but yeah, work on some new designs with them and start pushing new things out eventually. But thank you for rocking the merch
I
today.
love it. Thank you for letting me.
Yeah. And so we like to do a little icebreaker game.
I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous. We're just gonna do a couple questions. It just kind of loosens you up because you know how sometimes just sitting here in front of the camera, you get a little bit of nervous, So I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions, and then I'll give you can answer it to what you think it is, and then I'll give you the correct answer.
Okay.
This is what I like to call ocean trivia.
Ooh.
Okay, so question number 1. Dun dun dun. I don't know why I made
Do I have
that.
like a beep if I know the answer?
JR could probably edit a beep in there. What do you think? He could do anything he says. That's what he told us anyway. Okay. True or false? Majority of life on Earth is aquatic. Why did I
True.
say that so weird? You said true?
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yay!
Isn't that so weird? I mean, it makes sense because I think it's 71%
Yeah, right?
covers. Yeah. So it makes sense that most of the life on Earth is aquatic.
Yeah.
Aquatic is such a funny word to say. Aquatic.
I feel like I'm talking about Aquatica. Aquatic.
What's aquatic?
Isn't that a park?
Aquatica.
Aquatica?
It's
Oh,
a
really?
neighborhood.
What am I thinking of? I thought it was like an amusement park. Or
Maybe it is. Maybe it is somewhere.
I don't know.
We have an audience
It
today.
is
So
great.
if you see us over here like talking to the wall, it's because we have people in the room with us. We're not crazy. Okay. On to the trivia.
Okay.
Question number 2. True or false? The waves beneath the ocean are bigger than above the ocean.
True.
That is correct. Wow.
Ooh, I feel smart today.
Fire. And then last question. True or false? Certain sunscreens are harmful to the ocean.
True.
That is correct. Yeah, so pay attention to your sunscreens. One of my favorite ones is Sunbum. I really like them. I feel like they're very aware of protecting the coral reefs and things like that. Not going to go off and name the ones that are bad, but I would just say just be aware when you're purchasing
I
sunscreen.
actually just learned this today watching Supergirl.
Oh, really?
No joke.
Wow.
I was watching
You didn't even
Supergirl.
know that you're repairing.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. And this lady was like, yeah, like the sunscreen is like destroying all the coral reefs. And I'm like, whoa, cool.
Whoa.
This is awesome.
That's so funny. Well, you did great. A plus plus.
Thanks.
So we're gonna hop into it. We're gonna jump into the waves. So one of the biggest things that I feel like people struggle with is feeling like they're not enough. Enough for God, enough for friends, enough for family, enough for work. So today we're going to be talking about how to overcome the feeling with God, because he loves you so much and you are more than enough.
Yeah.
And some of my favorite verses that I feel like are just good to kind of read when you are having those feelings. I wrote 3 down. The first one is John 3:1. See what great love the Father has lavished on us, that we should be called children of God. And that is what we are. The reason the world does not know us is that it did not know him.
Amen.
I think that's a good one to read when like you're feeling kind of like an outsider. I don't know about you.
It's a good reminder.
Yeah.
Like the closer we are and the more you know about him and who he is, the best, like that's a tool that we have to overcome the waves.
Yeah, exactly. To overcome the waves. I love that one so much. And then the second one I have is Psalm 139:14. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. So that is another one. You
That's
said that
my
one was your
favorite.
favorite.
Like, that has been my all-time favorite verse. Like I told you, I wanted to get a tattoo. Like it's just to think that
That would be a
like,
good tattoo, by the way, too.
like God created the seas and the skies. And the other day I was like watching like the sunset, and the sky looks so marvelous and like marvelous.
I like how you say marvelous. That's a cool marvelous. I like that.
Well, my English is not very good looking.
No, that's cool though. I'm gonna start saying marvelous.
So I was looking at it and I was like, wow, like God created me.
Did you see it yesterday? It was crazy. It was like pink and purple.
Yes. And I saw a rainbow in the middle of it because I was driving from work, and I was like, wow, like this is just mind blowing that I'm created by the same creator.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
right.
wow.
And you don't stop to think about that. Like one of my things that I feel like I'm just always in awe of, and this is weird, maybe because we live in Florida, is palm trees.
Yeah, the
like
palm trees mixed with the sunset colors. It's just like that's Florida.
Yeah, it's just so beautiful.
When I think of Florida, I think of that.
That's one of those things where I'm like, wow, like God created like these beautiful palm trees, and like you said, he created me, like he created all of this, you know, and like that's one of those moments where I'm like, where I feel like I have like a moment of like gratefulness, you know, where I'm like, oh wow, like everything is just so beautiful, and wonderfully made.
Yeah, amen.
You know?
That's
amen.
That's why I love that verse.
And then the last one that I have here is Exodus 14:14. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Yeah. I think you had this too, because there's different translations.
Yeah, I have just stay calm.
Stay calm, be still. Yeah, stay calm.
Yeah, sometimes we worry so much and we don't realize he already fought for us.
Exactly.
We just
no need to worry. There's so many, I feel like, verses, and there's just so much scripture in the Bible too, I feel like, about worrying.
Yeah.
To where like God is just like, don't worry. Like there's no need to worry about tomorrow. Like today brings its own like enough troubles.
Yeah.
You know? So I feel like that's a good one when you're worrying about being enough or just worrying about anything in life. Yeah. Just know that like God is in control.
Yeah.
You know?
You just gotta stay still.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. So we're gonna dive in now. We just wanted to share those with you. Yeah. Do you have any other stuff that you want to share?
No, those are amazing. Like I was writing them down today just to have them like present, you know. But it's nice to just reflect on those. Yeah. Yeah. When you're feeling overwhelmed or down or just
and they're
whatever
just like
it is
quick.
that's going on.
Yeah, you just read through them and it's like a good quick reminder. Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna jump in here. So I'm gonna start off by asking Sabrina some questions. And like I said, today we're going to be talking about enough. Feeling like how sometimes in life, you can just feel like you're not enough. Yeah. Or some people, maybe you feel like you're more than enough. Yeah. I wish I had that confidence, right? But the first question I have for you is, what are some of the areas that you tend to feel like you're not enough?
So it's funny. It's just this past season has been like kind of wild ever since last year around this time. Like I started going like through this wave and I got better. I felt at least like I got better when it came to like the Christmas season and stuff.
I
I started going to therapy and all these things and trying to work on myself. And then last month, I realized that the past 7 months, I've been trying to be good enough for everybody else. Like I was trying to be good enough of a worship leader, good enough of a friend, good enough of a family member, good enough as a daughter, like of God. It's just like I felt like I was never enough. I was never perfect enough. I felt like no matter what I did, like it just wasn't cutting it.
Yeah, you just had that like feeling inside, like I need to be doing more, or like I need to be more sometimes.
Yeah, and it's funny because we don't. Like we just have to let God love us and work on our relationship with him. And that's all he wants, like literally. And I was listening to a sermon the other day and they were like, God adopted us. And they made emphasis on the adoption part because like he chose us. Like we weren't, like our parents didn't choose us.
Yeah.
They didn't get to run away and say, oh, I don't like this kid. Like, you know, but God knew our bad things.
Yeah.
God knew our sinful nature. God knew every single thing because he created us and still said, I choose you.
Yeah.
I love you fully.
Oh, that's so
with
good.
all the sin, all the bad things, because truly we're not good people.
Yeah.
God makes us good.
Yep.
So
nobody's perfect. Everyone has flaws, and we just live in like a fallen world, you know?
yeah, and he just loves us in every single crack. And the moment that we're on the floor crying, he's right there with us, loving on us and just wanting to be with us.
That's
in a part
so
of our
good.
life.
I feel like too, when we do kind of like mess up or have things in life where we feel like we're not doing so good, like we forget that.
Yeah.
We forget that God just loves us and he already knows our flaws and he knows everything about us. But like you said, he still loves us so much. And I think sometimes though, like we get discouraged, and like I know I even have moments where I feel like, wow, like I, messed up. I didn't do enough that day. Like I didn't get enough work accomplished. I didn't say enough on that podcast,
Yeah.
And I think so it's so easy to get discouraged and be like, I'm not enough for God.
Yeah.
But he just wants that relationship with you. He just wants you to keep trying. He just wants you to keep coming
and
to him.
And the weird thing is that, it's not weird. It's coming natural to us whenever we do mess up and we sin or we do something that is not really aligned with who God is.
Yeah.
We try to hide it. Like, if I don't talk about it or if I just push him away, like he won't know about it.
Yeah.
But he knows every single thing.
Everything.
And he still chooses you. So
exactly.
you might as well continue, because I feel like the enemy sometimes uses that to push you away, or the shame.
Yes.
And you just gotta like lay it down and give the shame to God and just
shame
embrace
is one
it
of the
and
biggest
say,
things.
I'm not perfect.
Yep.
But I will try again tomorrow, and that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all you can do, because shame, like if you let it sit, if you let it fester, if you don't like ask and repent for the things that you have done, it will kind of stay within you. And then I feel like that is what leads to not feeling like you're enough, leads to doing more wrong things, leads to all of these things that aren't godly, because you just get so hard on yourself. You feel this guilt, but what God says is like, you don't need to feel this guilt. Like, I love you regardless. I know, like you said, I know everything about you,
Yeah. And I was thinking, I was like, why do I feel like I'm not enough? Right? Where does the feeling of not being enough for something come from?
Yeah.
And that the root of that is comparison.
Yeah.
We compare ourselves to whatever it is that we don't feel qualified for.
Yep.
Like
That's
I
true.
was telling you, I was reading this book, and
yes, you got to share this book.
So I'm reading this book called Straight Up by Trent Shelton.
Straight up.
And there was a chapter he was talking that he was talking about comparison, and he says comparison is death. Comparison will get you to fixate on a lie that screams because you're not like so and so. You aren't good enough. And here's what I'm afraid of the most, the author says. And it's a fear that it's grounded in reality. That this comparison will lead people to believe awful things. That there will be a student, maybe you've even done this, who will compare themselves to everyone else around them and come to a terrible, terrible conclusion. I am not good. I'll never be good. And then perhaps the next terrible, terrible thought, it would be better for me to be dead than be who I am.
Wow.
Dear heaven, that any young person will feel like this. It breaks my heart. comparison says to God, you made a mistake, and God does not make a mistake.
Yeah.
So I read that and I was like this is aligned with what we're gonna be talking about, what I'm going through, and to be honest, like God doesn't make mistakes. Like he's right. Like
no, he, like you said, going back to what you said earlier, like he already knows everything about you.
Yeah.
So why would he create you if he didn't want you here?
Right.
Knowing everything about you. And I just thought that was so crazy. Like how you said comparison can even lead to the thought of like, well, why am I here? Like to the thought of even
Maybe
dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so crazy because I feel like, especially in society today, that so many people feel that way when it's like, there is no need to everyone. If you are still here, like you have a purpose, no matter 100%. Who you are, you know?
Yeah, that's one. And it's so easy now because with all these social medias, and like, to be honest, lately I have not been on social media. Like I have,
that's good.
I have Instagram, I have Snapchat, but I don't open it for a while. I even closed it. Like I deleted the app. I feel like it just feeds into this comparison thing, and 100%. I don't like the way it makes me feel. Yeah, it's not necessary, and it doesn't add anything to my life. Yeah, like it's if it's somebody, if I want to know about what somebody is doing and they're close friends with me, hey, what's up?
Yeah, you know, I haven't seen you in a
text
while.
Them like, hey, like let's go get coffee. Right, like, we lost that person to person thing because of social media, and it's great sometimes. It can help with things like this, but it's just there's also a downside of it. Definitely. That mental health.
Yeah. And you have to be aware of it because I think sometimes you go on social media and you don't even realize what it's doing to you. Like I feel like sometimes it just subconsciously affects you. Like you see all of these people like living the happy parts of their life, and like
you see the perfect. That's what they post. Like nobody,
everyone does it. Yeah. And you don't realize, like you don't even realize that what you're doing to yourself in those moments. Not that it's like bad to see the happy moments of people's life, but even one thing that I thought of when you were talking is that you lost that we've lost that face-to-face interaction with people. Like I had somebody on the podcast, Frank, and not that this is a bad thing, but like he brought his girlfriend to come and hang out with him, and I already knew a lot about her just from social media. And I'm like, hey, it's so nice to meet you, but I feel like I already know you. Yeah. You know, and it's cool because like it was awesome to meet her in person and just like actually physically meet her. But I think when you're like posting everything on social media and everyone already knows everything about you, there's no need to have like that interaction.
But I feel like that's a lie. Yeah. Because I feel like people show what they want to show.
Exactly.
Like, maybe you're filtered. Maybe you post a bunch of things that are like, I'm having the best time of my life. Yes. I'm living my best life. I'm traveling so much. And like, I'm having this best time. And in reality, you're very sad. Yes. And nobody would think to ask you that because the way you project yourself through the social medias is completely different. Yeah. And so it becomes this cycle that it's destructive and it just ends up not being a reality and harmful to yourself, you know?
Yeah. And we were watching the sermon the other night and I forget exactly what the pastor said, but he was talking about, he was like, we're going to talk about, you know, like basically inside struggles that you're going through, and just kind of like this, like getting through it with God, and like everyone has struggles. And he was like, I guarantee you the person beside you thinks that you're good and you don't got any troubles. Yeah. And I was like, wow, that's so true. Cause like every time I go to church, like you feel like
everybody's good.
Yeah. You're like, they got it all together. Yeah. Like I'm walking in here with like all this baggage. And like, I feel like that makes you feel like you're not enough alone. Like, cause 100%. You're like, you don't think about like, wow, that person is probably thinking about their troubles in this moment. And that's why they're here. Yeah. But in that moment, I feel like you are just so focused on your troubles, which is why we wanted to do this podcast, because everyone goes through things and everyone experiences things.
Yeah, I feel like for a while I was that person. I felt like I couldn't be myself. Yeah. Because everybody around me looked like the perfect Christian. Yeah. And
which is not true, because there's no perfect person.
That's why we go to church.
Exactly.
That's what it's supposed to be about, you know? And so I just felt like inadequate. Yeah. I was like, why am I even here? Like, why do I struggle with so many things? Yeah. And they don't, like, what are they doing different?
But
like,
they
you know?
do.
Yeah. That's the craziest thing. Right.
Yeah. Everyone struggles. And like that really though just like resonated with me. It like when he said that, he's like, the person beside you
Yeah.
is thinking about their troubles, and like you don't, like you think that they have it all together.
Yeah.
Like I was like, wow, that's so true. Like I don't think about that. Like I don't think about like what are they in here struggling with today.
Yeah.
You just think about like what you
What
have.
you're going.
Yeah. And so it's just so crazy because that is what you see on social media and in the world is just like the good things that people are going through.
It's because we all put this church persona on when we go to church.
Yes.
It's like,
hey, how are you? I love you.
God bless you.
Yeah.
Have a great day. And then you get home and then you're hit with reality. And
exactly. You get like this church high, you know, but it's your responsibility, I feel like, to keep yourself in community, keep yourself in the word, keep yourself like close to God, to keep that throughout the week, you know, not just on a Sunday.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
It's hard, but it's possible, man. Like you just have to be real with yourself and catch yourself because it's natural to us to do that.
Yeah.
So you just got to catch yourself and be like, hey, like maybe just tell the truth. When they're asking you, are you okay?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes, and you have to, I feel like you have to filter that and see who you can talk to about it and who is just a church high and by kind of friend.
It's kind of surface level there. It's just like everyone's happy because it's a good place to be.
Right. And so like, but you have to have those friends that they can ask you, hey, how are you doing today? And you can actually say, hey man, actually I'm not struggling. Yeah. It's so important to have those kind of friends.
Yeah. And that circle might be small. I know for me.
Yeah.
Especially if in the past year, because I've had some people hurt me.
Yeah.
I have had like my circle is very small, but I think like you said, it's good to have those people that you know, okay, like I'm having a terrible day and I need to talk to somebody, that you can go to them and you can confide in them and you don't feel like they're gonna tell the whole world.
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
It's important to protect your heart.
Yes.
And protect your peace.
Yep.
And
guard your heart.
Like, 100%. It says it on the Bible. So.
I don't know what verse that is, but
I don't
it
either.
says that in the Bible. Guard your heart. If you guys want to look it up, I don't know what they're doing over there. They're gaming. Oh, they're looking at podcast stuff.
But yeah, it's true, and we need those friends. That's the community. We need the community to just have fun.
Yes, community is so important.
We need, and if that community is also the people you can be the realist with, that's amazing.
Yes, yeah, I love that. So, what do you feel like? Do you feel like that there are any areas where you felt like you weren't enough in the past that you've kind of overcome and you've gotten through that, or like you're still kind of pushing through it, but you feel like you've figured out ways to handle it better?
I feel like it comes with seasons.
Yeah.
Like there's certain, like maybe there's a season that I feel like I'm killing it at work and everything's going great. And like, I'm just, man, I know so much about this. You know? You have it?
You have it?
Proverbs 4:23.
Proverbs 4:23.
That's the verse we were looking for.
What are the exact words?
Well, I have the NASB version, so I'm weird.
Oh, he has the, and what is it?
NASB.
There's so many different Bible versions to things.
So this one says...
Do you want to come talk it in the mic?
Do you want me to?
Yeah, come speak it over here. I'm going to give him my microphone. He's going to tell us the verse about guarding your heart.
Put in my radio voice. All right, Proverbs 4:23. Watch over your heart with all diligence, for from it flows the springs of life.
So spring of life, this is where JR is going to edit it. Spring of life, that is so good. So it's basically talking about how guarding your heart is basically good for your life, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's where, I feel like guarding your heart and your spirit.
Yes.
It
brings more joy, you know? Like, I feel like if you're not conscious of what you have going on around you, the people that you have going on around you.
And the things you let in.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to protect that, man.
That can really affect your peace, and that can really affect your joy and all the things in your life.
Yeah.
But anyways, going back to what we were talking about how you feel like,
if I've overcome.
Yes.
Oh, and I was telling you, so I feel like it goes with seasons. There's seasons that I feel like I'm killing it. And then I make a mistake, and that mistake just triggers everything else.
And then you feel like you just slide all the way down.
100%.
Yep.
And so it depends. I feel like I'm building like I'm in a season where I'm rebuilding my foundation and trying to go back to what God says about me and his love for me and who am I in Christ.
Yeah.
And I just feel like building that foundation is so important
Yeah.
for future, for whatever he has planned for me. So whenever I do come to that mistake, it doesn't make me trip again, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like it's seasonal, man.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I feel the same going back to what like work.
Yeah.
I feel like there are times when you're working and you're like, I know everything. Like
Yeah.
I'm on top of the world. Like I just go in here and grind. But then like there's days where you feel lost.
Yeah.
And then like you said, that'll kind of like get in your head and
Yeah.
make you kind of like backslide a bit. And you're like, and then it messes with you. It messes with your
100%.
head. So how do you feel like you deal with like that feeling of not being enough? I know you said like you come back to God and you,
Well, the thing is, I'm trying to build these habits of staying on the word and staying and praying and just worship and in those seasons where I'm actually like going through a wave, I try to just listen to worship music, like secular music, and just
that's good.
I feel like whatever we put in affects everything, and what we hear, what we see, everything. And I feel like we need to be more intentional. I was actually preparing for this. I was reading about waves and surfing, and
That's so cool.
I was just like, how do they stay and ride? I don't know if this is the terminology for it,
Yeah.
but and ride the wave out
Yeah.
and not fall and drown.
Yeah.
And it says that they work a lot on their core.
Yes.
And so I feel like we as Christians, we need to have that core. We need to stay in the word,
That's
look for his
good.
presence, like
Yes.
just stay connected and have that relationship with God.
Yeah.
And then whenever we do have a wave come, we
Yeah.
can ride it out.
Yes.
And
oh,
just
man,
stay.
Sabrina, that's so good.
Yeah, like just not lose the balance. You
Yeah.
know? Just stay working on our core.
Yeah. I still haven't figured out that core thing with surfing. I don't know.
I've tried it when I went to
Yeah.
Uruguay at the beginning of the year, and it was so much fun. I fell so many times. It
Yeah.
was funny, but it was so much fun, and I would love to do it.
We
I
should
just
do it one day.
Let's do it. I'm down.
I'm sure there's like, I mean, we live in South Florida though. The water's usually flat. Sometimes in the winter though, it's good. The water, there's
I mean,
waves.
there's no winter in Florida. I'm sorry. That's
But
just
like
a
the
lie.
waves are better though. The waves are better. We should try it one
Yeah,
day.
I'm
though.
down. I'm down.
But you know what movie I watched that is like really encouraging? And I'm like, if she can do this, I can do this. Is Soul Surfer. Have you ever seen that with Bethany Hamilton?
I don't think I
The
have.
lady who got bit by a shark and she only has one arm.
No, I
She-
never. I don't think I've ever seen that.
She is amazing. Like she has overcome so much. She got attacked. She started surfing when she was like really, really young. She lives in Hawaii. And she got attacked by a shark when she was like a teenager. And even like after that, she became like a pro surfer and she just like got back up and got back in the water and kept like riding the waves. And
That's crazy. I would be terrified.
Yeah, I'm
I
like-
feel like I would be terrified.
I have both arms. What? Ask her on the podcast. Okay, you're gonna edit this part out. So, Bethany Hamilton, if you would like to come on Through the Waves, we would love to have you because you are an amazing person.
It's just killer.
Yeah, but for me, I'm like, that is just so inspiring. Like, I remember when I watched that movie, I wanted to become a surfer. My
Yeah.
dad was like, why, Sarah? Like, she just got like eaten by a shark. I'm like, no, that is so encouraging. Just
Yeah.
like her story and how she could have been like, I'm never getting in the water again.
Yeah.
But she didn't let that hold her back. And she was like, no, I'm getting back out there. And there were so many people, I think, telling her, I don't remember the movie exactly, that she wouldn't be able to surf and she wouldn't be able to do all these things. And she just overcame everything. And she was
Yeah.
like, nope, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's so,
amazing.
Soul Surfer. You should watch
Soul
it.
Surfer.
It's a
I
good
gotta add it
movie.
to the movies I have to catch
Yeah.
up on.
It's a really good one. I think I might watch it tonight too.
That's a good. I mean,
Yeah.
that's crazy. I feel like I would be so terrified. I would never go back in the water.
Right?
It's,
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people though who get like attacked by a shark, there's this other guy that I follow. He does like all the Shark Week stuff. He got attacked by a shark and I am pretty sure he's missing like an arm and a leg now. And he dives with them. He does like all the cinematography with like a lot of the cinematography on Shark Week and
I am
stuff.
terrified of sharks. I cannot, like, I'm scared of.
I love
of the
sharks.
oceans. I know you do. We've talked about this. They're
Yeah.
so scary to me. Maybe
But
because I
there's
don't know
not.
enough about
Yeah.
it, and like uncertain, like something we don't know scares us more
Yeah.
because we just don't know.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
it's just, I don't know.
I think for people, I feel like there's two things, because sharks obviously can be like aggressive in their own habitat, like in their own ways. But I also think like Hollywood has kind of portrayed them out to be like these villains in a sense. Which I think it's gotten a lot better with like all these people who are obviously like shark experts, and they're getting in the water with them to show people like, hey, they're not as scary as people think. But I remember like my first shark dive, I was kind of nervous because it is a shark, you know, like you're swimming in their habitat, like you have to be careful. But I remember on my first shark dive without a cage, I was like, oh my goodness, like this is scary. Like I love sharks, but like this is scary. And I remember when I got in the water, I just felt like this like peace kind of come over me.
Oh, wow.
And it was so cool to just see like such an awesome creature, like just swimming around you and like just living kind of, I guess, in like harmony together, you know?
Wow.
It was such a calming, like peaceful moment. And I would recommend like 11 out of 10, everyone do it once in their life.
I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I don't think it's
I
on
feel like I'm going to get you out there.
Oh my God.
We'll go shark diving and surfing.
I've been inside of a cage feeding sharks.
Okay.
But that's the most I've done. And it was scary. It was very scary.
Yeah.
When I went to Mexico to see my cousins.
Oh, dang.
It was just like part of a zoo kind of thing. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't remember. It was a while ago. But I know that we put our wetsuits on and we just went down this cage and gave.
What kind of sharks were they, do you know?
I don't know. Nothing.
That's so interesting. I've wanted to go to Mexico for the longest time to go swim with the whale sharks out there. There's these people I know who do it, and they do like an amazing job, and they're super experienced, and they take all these great pictures. And every time they post something, I'm like, I want to be there. So if you guys want to take me with you, please take me with you. But yeah, sharks are awesome.
Yeah.
But anyways, back on track. So my last question, what would you want to tell someone who feels like they're not enough right now?
I would probably here's the thing, feeling not enough, it's not something that just, at least to my experience, that just goes away.
Yeah.
You are going to deal with it again. You just have to be intentional about reading the word. And I'm saying reading the word so many times because it's so important.
Yeah. To have
God wants a relationship with us.
Yeah.
And he wants to communicate with us, but he can't if we don't know his language. He doesn't,
Exactly.
we don't know the way he speaks, you know? And so it's so important to stay consistent and there's so many available options. Like literally, like when we go on the Bible app, you can just say, hey, I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling whatever it is. And it gives you a whole devotional for that exact thing. And they have so many ones that you can pick if you don't like the one that you're reading. And it's just so simple. And man, like just something I do actually that really encourages whenever I'm feeling down is like I list the things I'm grateful for, like all the blessings, and I try to look back in my life when I was going through a wave and God like showed up for me.
Yeah.
Which is every single time. Even when I wasn't a believer, he was still showing up for me. And I just feel like we need to just be mindful of everything he has done for us. Stay on his word. Pray, man. Prayer is so powerful and it's so important. And having friends that pray for you.
Yes, good community.
Yeah, it's just so important. I did this last year and it was a wake-up call because I don't want to ever do it again. And as I caved into myself, I pushed everybody away and I just didn't realize how important community was.
Yeah.
And which is something I'm working about because I'm comfortable with myself.
Yes.
I like being by myself.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to get out of my shell and just do community. It's hard. I don't know why.
You're kind of like
I
naturally an introvert.
Right.
Yeah.
And I used to be so craving of having somebody with me because I don't know if I was scared of the thoughts that would come when nobody was with me.
Yeah.
But I feel like now I'm comfortable enough that I got too comfortable.
Yeah.
And so that's something I am trying to be intentional about, hanging out and doing community, even if it's just get together and watch a movie, even if you don't want to talk. I don't know, just get together, find that community that will pray for you, that will push you, that would encourage you to follow whatever God is calling you to do.
Yeah.
And just know it's a season. I feel like that's what I would say. Just know it's a season. It will get better and you are definitely not alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. And I really like what you said about looking back on things when you were going through a wave and God came through.
Yeah.
Because I do that too. Like when you are going through a season and you feel like you're not going to get through it, to remember a time where you felt that way.
Yeah.
And then you look back on it and you're like, wow, like look at what he did like all throughout that time.
Yeah. And it's, to me, the mind blowing thing is that, well, you know, I didn't grow up Christian, and I look back to points of my life where I wasn't a Christian and I was going through a wave. And now that I'm a Christian, I can see God like in all those different things. And I'm like, wow, like he was just really there for me. I was just blind to it.
Even in that time. Yeah. And I think about that too, because like I grew up in a Christian home, but like I never was like really about going to church or anything. And like there were times where I knew of God, like I knew God was, you know, around obviously, but like I didn't really lean on him in that time. But then like looking back in those times where I didn't really seek help for him, like he was there helping me and getting me through every wave.
It's just so amazing. I feel so blessed.
Yeah.
And
same.
I just look at the people around me and I feel blessed. I mean, sometimes we can doubt things. We can doubt our worth. We can doubt if we are enough, if we're talented enough. But at the end of the day, like he created you. He gave you those gifts.
Yeah.
He thought of you. He literally thought of every single molecule that makes you up and created you specifically. So yeah, you're not going to be like that person because you're not supposed to. You're supposed to be you. You're supposed to be who he created for the purpose that he created you for. And that makes you unique and important and loved and enough.
Yep. So focus on being you.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
I think
just
that
be
is
your
such a
true
big thing.
self.
Yep. Just be you and freaking hone in on it.
Yeah.
You know, don't be afraid of it. Own it.
And you listen, and don't be afraid of people not liking you because you are you, because the people that actually love you for who you are going to be like the loyal, like it's just, it's so important to just be you, because then you're going to find the real people that are meant to be in your life and that love you for who you are. And you won't feel like you have a weight on you that you have to be pretending to be somebody that is not you. Just be you, man. Like you're amazing. Like you literally are amazing. You wake up every day and you shine your light, and just don't let this world bring you down.
Exactly. Just be a rock star.
Yeah.
I love that. That is so good. Well, this is really my last question. Just kind of random thing I'm throwing out there. Do you feel like you have a book in the Bible that you kind of resonate with, or that's your favorite, or that you like to read more?
I feel like, no, I feel like it's also seasonal.
Yes.
I mean, of course, I love music. So like, the Psalms are amazing.
I love Psalms.
But I just feel like it goes with the season and what I'm going through. There's literally something new happening in every single book, and Jesus is helping somebody different.
Yeah.
And in a different way. It can be healing. It can be whatever it is that they're going through, food, that their needs are not being, like they feel like they need more, and Jesus just goes and gives them food. Whatever it is that I am feeling at the moment, like I feel like that's what resonates with me. I don't have a favorite one.
Yeah. That's so good though, because like you said, like every book is different and like in so many ways, and it's just cool to see how God works through each book.
Yeah, and through each different individual with each different like personality and flaw, and he just uses all of us in different ways.
That I feel like that really goes back to like the be you.
Yeah.
Because they were all so different. So if he wanted everyone to be exactly the same, every book of the Bible would be exactly the same.
Exactly.
But every book is completely different. Yeah. Right?
Yeah,
so
that's really good.
That is so good. Well, thank you so much for being here
Thank you for having me. This has been fun.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Sabrina's amazing. And I'm just so happy that she was here today. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and go ahead and like and subscribe on whatever platform you are listening on today. We really hope you enjoy. We really hope that we helped you get through some waves, or this helps you get through some waves. And if you know anybody who wants to be on the podcast, feel free to reach out. Or if you have any questions, or if you feel like you'd like to reach out, if you'd like somebody to talk to, feel free to hit us up. You know, we're here to listen. We're a listening ear. But thank you guys so much. Have a great, great day, and we will catch you next time. Bye.